Welcome to another video. Today we're gonna talk about the best winter cars when you're on a budget. And we're gonna start from the bottom and we're gonna go up higher in the prices. So one of the first cars I'm gonna mention is the Brick.
What?
And you might wonder what is the Brick? The Brick is the Volvo 740. It's the Swedish metal, it's reliable, it's kind of cheap, starting to get a little bit higher though. And it's maybe not so good looking, but it's reliable. And it's also rear wheel drive. Not the best looking car, but you can do a lot of it. Maybe if you want just a winter car, a beater car, it would be perfect. The prices have been going up, but I think if you have the money, you could so invest in it. And this example that I will show here, it's actually a good, it looks good at least. And in this video I will showcase some of the cars from our Swedish used car sites and the prices. At least I will take the picture so you can see which car I mean. And to every one of you that is watching, what do you think about the Brick? Come on, it's the Swedish Brick. You know that's a good car. And a lot of fun also during the winter. So number 2 on this car list, I would highly recommend a Toyota RAV4. And yeah, it's also depending, since we are actually discussing the budget. This is around 100,000 Swedish crowns here in Sweden. And you got four-wheel drive. You can either get it as manual or automatic. You have decent amount of space. It's maybe you don't like the Volvo, and I don't blame you. You need maybe more space. Why not have a Toyota RAV4 then? Also pretty cheap. We are going higher up during this whole video, and it's a Toyota, so you know it's a good, reliable car. Might not be the prettiest one. And I know that you can do a lot of stuff to the RAV4s. Either you can lift it, you can mod it, you can put other engines in it as well. So I would highly recommend that also. What do you think about the Toyota RAV4? If you want some really nice space, you want a little bit sportier look, why not go for the Audi A5 3.0 TDI with four-wheel drive? I was actually looking for that car a while back, and I have drove one of those, and I loved it. It's cheap, at least to run. I don't know about the service cost. It looks amazing. If you want a sportier look, why not go for the Audi A5? I know that Audi parts is a little bit more expensive, but I think as you do all the service, I think you should be fine. So if you want more style, maybe a little bit more comfort, why not go for the Audi A5? It's a good car, goes pretty good, has enough of power from the factory as well, and of course the Quattro system, always good. What do you think about the Audi? Let me know also in the comments. You know, when something is superb, it's often really great. So of course I have to mention the Skoda Superb as well. Same as the other cars, you have a lot of space. Really good space. And the Skoda Superb I mentioned with the four-wheel drive 2.0 TDI on that car with 190 horses. I know the mileage is amazing on that car. And if I get the money, I will actually buy that car later as a perfect daily. Because it's comfort, pretty easy, pretty cheap to run as well. Service cost is a little bit higher. Since it's a Superb thing, you know. But I do really like the Skoda Superb, and you couldn't really say I wouldn't have this car in the video, right? Because we all know that I love the Skoda Superb. I have one for myself. Not this year model though. So this is a newer model at 2016 to 2019 model. I would highly recommend. Good place, spaces. Spaces. Reliable as well, pretty decent to drive, doesn't has so much on the mileage. Last time I checked on the Skoda Superb, a newer model, they drink like 0.47 each mile, so that's pretty good, pretty solid. Do you also want to be Colin McRae? I do think you want to be that, especially during the winter. So the third car is of course a Subaru Impreza VRX. And now we are getting a little bit higher once again in the prices. This is around 135,000 Swedish crowns, but you get permanent four-wheel drives, you get really good looks, and it can handle everything. It's a really cool car. I could also mention the Evo, but this Impreza, I found it pretty cheap as well. So I think Impreza is really fun. You can do a lot of stuff to it, and you have to service it, of course. And I know the mileage might not be as good as the other two that I have mentioned, but still a pretty fun car, and it looks amazing. I had the pleasure of driving one of those a couple of years back, and I still remember that. That was a great time. We will insert a clip here. So also a question, that car might be considered a perfect daily as well, or the Evo. Are you still an Evo or Impreza fan? I'm actually an Evo fan at heart, but I think this Impreza, I think they are a little bit cheaper, to be honest, right now. So let's continue. And the last car on this list is a Volvo. Once again, Volvo are back. This time around I'm thinking of a Volvo V60 D5 all-wheel drive. I have personal attachments to a car like that because I had that as a working car some years back. It's always reliable, always started, looks pretty decent if you don't like the other cars that I have chosen. It's a Volvo, so of course it's gonna be reliable, and you can get parts really cheap if you don't like the other design. And this is around 170,000. Of course I could go even higher on this video, but since we are on a budget this time around, so I think like we have gone from 40,000 up to 170,000 Swedish crowns. So I would highly recommend the Volvo. It's cheap, looks pretty decent, good mileage, part is really cheap for it. Since it's always four-wheel drive as well, if you choose that model, I would highly recommend it. And to conclude, which is the best winter car? If we say we don't have any budget of these cars that I have chosen, I would probably go for... What do you think? What do you think I would go for? I would actually go for the Subaru if you have the more money, because that car is so much fun. So I would give this win to the Subaru. If I would only like being really honest about with the budget, I would highly take the Volvo V60 or a Skoda Superb. It really depends on what you like, and if you like videos like this, it will come two more videos after this. Let me know in the comment section which car you preferred and why.
These brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die.